Sometimes, guys, in my parents' eyes, if I thought of myself like a parent, like my mom, I would feel like my life is like an imposter, but all for the best reasons. But that context gives us best reasons to even be here at all. I feel like a rare prototype because of what I could be, because in my original timeline, what I was supposed to do, it was determined by my mom's ideas. I was originally supposed to go to school somewhere where my mom works, and it was an hour away from my house. It's in a place that I don't even know at all, so every day it would take that long. In eighth grade, my mom forced me to do an application for them, but what I realized is that the minute that it took me that long to visit that school and got a look around, I realized the school is good, but I don't think this is worth it. It's too far. Given if my mom picks me up on time, there's traffic too. Like every, I'll just go home, and for an hour, that hour can be used to do precious things like going with friends, hanging out, or just sleeping. I realized, understanding context, this is a fate that is worth the rejection. This is worse than a sob story. I realized that means all of my years of high school would be up to my mom and traffic. I realized this was a dangerous truth. I was supposed to follow my parents' footsteps. They would force me to go like a conveyor belt. I followed the same exact fate as my brother too, who went to a high school far away. Not like 30 minutes, but an hour away. It's in a place that he doesn't even know himself, but it was convenient because of his mom. I argue that because you don't get to walk home, you're under the mercy of your parents. You don't got friends to hang out with or talk to, no one to go home with or walk with. It's just that feeling that you don't live in that place. It's like that alien feeling. Some would question that even this year, even if I haven't found friends to speak to or found ones to like hang out with for all of that time. Well, it is better to suffer on home turf than to suffer in a place that you don't know. Just a possibility of it that you could be somewhere and knowing local friends. That's what physically and sociality, that's what helps to make such friendships, even if it's difficult the first time. If in junior year and senior year I still don't find people to like hang with completely, then that's the problem of the sociality in my school or the lack of availability. Even though I have my own struggle of being social, at least we tried in a place where it was possible. That possibility changes the entire thing. I'm not an imposter where I live at. I'm not an imposter. I don't feel alien in a place I don't know. I know this place because I've been living here all my life. I realize this is why some other adults resent their parents so much. If they're forced to go to high school if they don't want to, then that itself is a problem. That's what creates like lifelong resentment in that point. Like school itself and sociality is important. Like one learns their first and we all learn to adapt to social cues. But if you're in a location in a city that you don't even know, the experience becomes jarring. It's not that moving to school like far would be entirely bad. It just doesn't fit certain paths, just to say. I realized I avoided that trap by going local, even when my parents said no. Then I'd say it completely changed because that editing class that I chose that first year is what eventually built what I call my digital safe and a digital self. I built that editing competence throughout freshman year and sophomore year still am. Sure, the other school may have had it, but that 1 hour away distance would change everything. Now, as a result, I've become more independent and I've built some rare skills like face on face camera editing right now, captions, the ability to even create a narrative and do all of these things. That's what's pretty much individualistic right there. And with that results, even with the basics, that still makes me a walking media boy. I think this version of me would be rare because I got this camera confidence in the silence of the world. To be able to log the days of school, to be able to do videos like these, does make me stand out. And in school, it's also fail-safe too. I have one identity split across one horizon, the internet and the other one in person. So if people in my school try to do something to me or do anything against me, I can stand back up because I can defend myself online. And, make sure that my innocence is there. Make sure that what happens is there. Make sure that my account is there. The other physical version of me is out there trying to join the groups. It ensures that on all sides I'm safe, structurally with an extra net to catch me. If something happens, there's always a safe place to fall back to. But the thing is, chat, I didn't want to be in my safe place forever. I wanted to be out there. I wanted to actually find where I belong. I didn't want to stick back. It's forever. The thing is, though, I did try to step a little bit more into being social and joining groups, and big credits to Noelia and Layla for the 100th time this time for helping me out. But when it came to other people, not as many other people were receptive. This also counted in the library too. I also struggled within one-on-one conversations. I wanted to stop depending on the digital side so I can immerse myself with the real people that I thought were there. But I had to stick to my digital side because all throughout, as dictated by social plate tectonics, people moved according to their own interests. People were simply not there enough to notice me. And people move around too much or simply misunderstood. I wasn't accepted anywhere. I had to stick to my digital self, which I hated to do, but it's always there. But if I want to protect myself, I still ultimately got to do something. Especially regarding the people in my library that I really felt the most connected to. I still struggled the most, though not many people in my school have that camera strength, let alone the trust. In this rare path, I'm a person of walking individuality. Editing allowed me to take that skill and take what I think and process that into a video. Make the editing machine turn a boring day into a narrative of gold, silver, copper, and iron, steel, stone, and all the raw materials to make something complete, a narrative, and also support a local personality. I'm also one of the rare people who do stand out. The reason many people like me don't exist as much is because of one thing, social conformity. The thing for me, guys, I like to stick around. I do have that rare camera confidence. I do have the things that but I really did want to connect. The same things that society punishes teens for. It's stifled during these teenage years right now because of social hierarchies and survival, but it's hypocritical because some of these traits are also valued in adulthood. And society itself is already pretty hypocritical. Depends where you look at. Some people are so good, as I say, but some parents and society in general use the excuse of like it's dangerous or like these are your teen years, you should be imperfect, don't talk about it, keep your head down or don't go too early, or it's like be predictable. Now this happens because they misunderstand agency and equate unknown with danger. I stopped believing in these claims long ago because they serve as important guidelines when you actually open them up so that we don't go too far into what we do. But people twist these into blanket statements to silence anything they don't like for their own kids. Think of the boogeyman or Momo. My mom definitely scared me with Momo, and that if I went outside, I'd get kidnapped by Momo. It's pluralism because what looks threatening to another is simply what's expected of another place. So, some cases like Detroit become human. Like as a result, I would kind of be tired from society. I feel more like a frustrated Hank than a scared runner when it comes to these types of claims. But the thing is, there's already a massive generational divide between this generation and the last, so it don't make it any better in my opinion. So in some cases, yes, I myself am pretty rare to find, but others like me who do these things, you could find them depending on the circle. I feel like I'm living in a different reality, but I realize that this is just mere evolution that's documented. That's really it. But other than that, guys, that is really, I could break down more into how the idea of society works. But as I say, guys, high school is important. Like you do have to learn your stuff. But the thing is that when it comes to people who do things differently, or not in a typical way, I guess sometimes there's fallacies and false equations.